two employees at the Laurels. I have Jennifer, who is the Assistant Director of Nursing, and Jenna, who is their Administrator. So I am just going to ask a few questions, and we're going to learn all about the Laurels, the opportunities they have, and what's going to entice our students to come and work for you guys, okay?
Yeah.
Yay.
Great.
Okay, so you can pick who goes first. Can you guys just tell me a little about your individual roles and the company itself?
Sure. I'm Jana, the administrator. I oversee all of the operations at the facility. Jen?
Oh, I'm Jen. I am the ADON. So I take over anything when Deb is not here, and I just basically run both sides of the building too.
Okay.
Yep.
Any insights on the company itself that you want our students to know?
Sure. So our parent company is the Laurel Healthcare Company, and they're based out of Westerville, Ohio. And so we are one of their facilities in Ohio. And the Laurels opened up in 2008. So it is one of the newest nursing homes in the area. Our facility is beautiful. If you've never been here before, please stop by for a tour because we love to show off the facility. It's gorgeous. The motto of the company is exceeding the needs and expectations of those we serve. And the corporate company has a they have a high expectation for quality of care. And we also relay that here to all of our staff. And it doesn't matter what department you're in, but we all play a role in quality of care. So that trickles down to us as well. And then staff morale is really important to us. Jen takes on a really big role with staff morale, but things that we do right now for our staff is we have monthly drawings, some really big ticket items, some fun raffle baskets. We have an Employee of the Month program. The Employee of the Month gets a gift card to their favorite restaurant and VIP parking for the month. We also do monthly staff lunches for the entire building, day shift and night staff. And then we have what we call Thanks a Lotto. So when we see one of our staff members brightening the day of one of our guests, and we call them guests at our facility, not residents, but when we see somebody brightening their day, we write them what we call a Laurel Legacy card and explain why they did such a good job that day. And then they go into a drawing where we draw for $50 worth of scratch-off tickets each month too.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And you guys are right in Steubenville, right by Kroger, right?
Yes, we're on top of the hill behind Kroger in the Hollywood Plaza. We are the only thing up there right now. There are going to be baseball fields pretty soon for Steubenville City Schools, but it's a really nice, peaceful, serene atmosphere.
Okay. And actually, just curious, how many staff members, employees do you guys have right now?
We currently we hover around 110 for the entire building, and that's including managers as well.
Awesome. So can you let me know any and all of the positions you have open right now that you'd be hiring for?
Yeah.
Okay, so we currently are hiring for RNs, LPNs, STNAs, and temporary STNAs, dietary, and maintenance director.
So
I can tell you a little bit more about the temporary STNA program that we have.
Sure.
So we initially started during the pandemic a position called Universal Worker, and they are able to help in any and all departments. They cannot do actual patient care, but they really helped fill the void and being an extra set of hands when the pandemic started. So we kind of use them like a jack of all trades. Now we're transitioning that role into something we call temporary STNA. So you don't have to actually sit in on the STNA class. The state of Ohio has put a waiver program in place right now because of the pandemic to where you can hire staff with no experience. They take an online course for the STNA program. They then have to sign off on a list of competencies, and they have to work at least 75 hours on the floor doing STNA work, and then they can sit and take their exam. Now, this is not a position for everybody, but it does help us bridge the gap for those staff members that want to come on board and help with patient care. That's how we get them trained and certified to actually do patient care for us.
That's awesome. Now, a question I do get asked a lot by students: are you flexible with scheduling? Especially around classes and life.
Yeah, we try to be as flexible as possible. I know that we're going to probably at some point talk about what the hours are,
Yes.
but if we have a student under those circumstances, we can certainly try to be as flexible as possible to accommodate their schedule.
Awesome. That leads me kind of in my next question. Do you take on, say, these, a staff member, a student here who would be currently going through their program but hasn't graduated yet, or would you need them to have graduated?
So if we're talking about the LPN program, yes, we need those employees to have graduated their program and be a licensed
Okay.
LPN. The STNAs, we could certainly take them on and kind of get them started in that STNA, temporary STNA program that we have here. That doesn't mean that they can't finish school. We want them to finish school, but we can certainly get them that temporary waiver program so that they can help us on the floor.
Awesome. Yeah. So
They get-
okay.
I was just going to say with that, they get, hands-on training.
Yes.
So they could possibly be learning in your classroom,
Yeah.
come to work and apply it. So then when it comes to the testing time, it helps them out tremendously.
So we do, if you guys don't know, we do have a bridge program here. We have LPN to ADN. So we have a lot of students who are currently LPNs going through our RN students who might currently be looking for work, who would be looking for more of that flexible schedule, and which would lead me into the next question of typical hours or shifts you guys have, pay range, if you know any of that information.
Yeah.
Okay, so the pay range, we discussed that with each individual candidate. Like that's just going to go with their skill set, their education, things like that. Just to go, to cover what you said about the LPNs, if they are bridging and they already have a license as a nurse, we will accept them to work in our facility as long as they have their license.
Yep.
We can work around their schedule, but our schedule basically is 12-hour shifts, and that is 6A to 6P, 6P to 6A. That's what we do.
So all of these positions are full-time.
No, we have full-time and part-time
Okay.
available. We have PRN positions available as well.
Oh, that's good.
The maintenance director position is typical working hours, Monday through Friday from 8 to 4:30. Not really any qualifications specific needed for that position, but we do like them to have some sort of experience in the nursing home industry. There's just a lot of different regulations and things like that that they are accountable for, and we want them to have some kind of background in that.
Okay.
Dietary aides are also full-time and part-time, and their shifts vary. They're not 12-hour shifts like the nursing staff, but that varies based on the need in the kitchen at the time.
Sure. This is a nice segue into my next question. What do you guys think are the most important interpersonal or soft skills that you would look for when hiring?
Yeah.
Any position.
Yeah, any position at all. So I can go over that. Good customer service skills. This is, even though it's the medical field and we're taking care of human lives, there's still a big customer service piece to all of our positions, no matter what you do at this facility. So you want to be able to be friendly with our guests, friendly with our other staff, and friendly with our visitors. Because of the motto of the company, exceeding the needs and expectations of those we serve, you have to be dedicated to your work. You have to be a hard worker. You have to be willing to show up every day and give it your all, because we're caring for guests that live here permanently and we want them to have the best daily experience. You have to have a willingness to learn because of the pandemic and staffing shortages across the country in every industry. We're all wearing a lot of hats. So I come to work every day and I learn something new. I'm sure you do too. But we learn something new and we help each other out in different departments to pick up the slack. So when there is a need in other departments to kind of help out, or even if it's for 5 minutes, you're helping your employee, your staff member, your neighbor on your team that day, you're helping them do something, you have to have that willingness to help each other out.
Yeah, that's great. And we do see that a lot. Everybody's wearing different hats, multiple hats. So it's like really time to step up, right?
Yep.
Right.
Okay, so
I think for us, we are a family here at the Laurels. I've worked at other places, and this truly is a family. We do, as Jana said, we have each other's backs. We take care of one another like family, and that's just the type of environment that we want to promote.
that's great. So lastly, is there anything else that you want our students and grads to know? What makes your company desirable? I know you might have mentioned sign-on bonuses before. I know everybody likes to hear that. But anything else that really stands out?
I'll talk about the sign-on bonuses, but I think what Jen said about working in that family environment, it's so hard to come across that these days. And the fact that our facility is like that, where we look out for each other and have each other's backs, I think that's probably number one, that you want that kind of company. You want to go to work for that kind of company and show up every day with a smile on your face, knowing that your team has got your back. The second thing is the Laurel Healthcare Company, and I do have to read from this, but we were certified a great place to work, in quotes, a great place to work in 2020. And this recognition is based entirely on what employees report about their workplace experience. So specifically, how consistently they experience a high trust workplace. So that is on feedback from current employees and those who have left us to move on to something else. So they're giving fantastic feedback, enough positive feedback for us to be named a great place to work. And then sign-on bonuses, everybody's favorite thing. So we are currently offering sign-on bonuses. So for full-time or part-time RNs, there's a $3,000 sign-on bonus. For full-time or part-time LPNs, there's a $3,000 sign-on bonus. And then for STNAs, full-time or part-time, it's a $1,500 sign-on bonus with competitive wages too.
That's awesome. Yeah, I know our students are out there looking for work, and whatever makes your company desirable and attractive to these students, we hope we can help you.
Yeah.
So I just want to know, if a student were to come to me and ask how to apply, how can I let them know?
Go ahead. Well, they can
so we have a couple of ways. They can come in. Yeah. They can come in face-to-face, fill out an application. Usually if they come in and fill out an application, then we do an interview on the spot that day. We do have online. They can fill out their application online.
Yeah, we have several different platforms. Indeed is just one of those examples, but you can go there, you can search the Laurels of Steubenville, and then all of our job postings will come up. You can apply online, and then I'm the one who's directly responding to those candidates. And we do it by email, we do it by text message, we can do it by phone call. So there's 3 different methods that I'm contacting them to see when they're available to come in for an interview. Okay. But I think the quickest and the easiest option truly is to stop at the facility. You get to see how beautiful it is. You get to meet our awesome staff, and then you get an interview right on the spot.
Perfect. I can let them all know that is the option for them, and that it'd be the quickest way. And we're looking for a good turnaround here. I'm sure you guys are too. Yeah. So hopefully we can help each other out. Those were all my questions. I will get this out to all of you students out there to know what the Laurels has to offer and how to apply, and what a great company it is to work for. And I just want to thank you both so much for sharing all this information and letting us know about this little gem we have right here in Steubenville. And I look forward to talking to you guys in the future as well.
Yeah, thank you so much for letting us be a part of the spotlight. Come apply.
Can't wait to see you guys.